So, how many of you in this room have asked, or for Launchpaders have been asked recently, what do you want to be when you grow up? I know, see some hands going up. I have asked and I've been asked that. And if I can be honest, I think that's a bad question. Because what you want to be when you grow up is nothing compared to who you become when you grow up. Our world today has this focus on success is getting a prestigious title and being being a CEO or a doctor or a lawyer, but I think that's the completely wrong focus. And here's a question that should help me explain my opinion. Imagine you've got 2 kids. Many of you do, and many of you have more. But imagine you have 2 kids. This first kid is an excellent student, very successful at school, gets great grades, and they're a liar, and they cheat, and they're a victim, and they're just a generally bad influence. And your second kid, it works, I don't know, some job somewhere at an office, it doesn't matter. But this kid is a hard worker. He's disciplined, and he helps others and raises the bar, and he leads, and he spends meaningful time with you and your family. Who would you rather have as your kid? And who would you be more proud of? Now, I'm also asked a lot, what do you learn at Acton? You have no teachers, you have no classrooms, no lessons, no homework, none of that. What do you learn? And again, I think this is the wrong question. Because it's not what you learn at Acton that matters, but who you learn to become. And at Acton, you learn to become someone amazing. Now let me give you some examples of how. Servant leadership at Acton teaches you to be someone patient and kind and selfless as you put those younger ahead of you. Quests teach you to be a lifelong learner and to embrace a growth mindset. Giving deep book pitches and speeches like I am right now teaches you to be brave and embrace your fears, because this is always terrifying, even after my 4th year. The Socratic discussions teach us to be ethical and know who we are and know how to take a stance and defend it and be able to change our minds. I could go on for hours, but Jake said I only have 2 minutes. So, and that is what makes Acton so important, in my opinion. It's not the skills that you learn, which are super important and set you miles ahead of your peers. It's who that you learn to become. And that's what I wish every parent, Acton or not, knew about sending their learner to an Acton Academy, is that they will learn to become someone you can be proud of. They'll learn to be strong and have grit and be kind and put others first and lead and set the example, and they'll learn to be a hero. Now, I have something I need to confess. At the start of this speech, I told you to imagine 2 kids. 1, great student, terrible character. 2, works some job, I don't know, not important, fantastic character. Those kids aren't imaginary. As you might be able to guess by now, those were both me. When I was in middle school, before I went to Acton, I was a fantastic student. I had honor roll, gifted and talented, the whole 9 yards. And I lied and I cheated, was a victim and bad influence, not proud of it. And then I went to an Acton in 8th grade, Heroes Academy, and 4 years later, I am up here a completely different person. I plan ahead and take initiative. I think I set the example. I push others to try harder. I try to be kind and supportive, and I embrace challenges as opportunities to learn. And that's what I wish every parent knew about Acton. It's not what you're learning that matters. It's the change that Acton can inspire in a young learner. And it's a change that I lived, and I will never forget that change. And I hope you don't either. Thank you.